Hi, welcome to my weekly live stream show. I'm June Baya, CEO of BayhaGroup, and this show is co-design work with Wonder. So at BayhaGroup, we co-design work with Wonder, which is for youth, with youth, for youth. And we have 11 paid high school interns and 2 college interns. And so together, we're working to co-design a summer virtual internship program for over 200 high school juniors coming up this summer. And it's something that I'm really excited to share with you today, which is about workplace intelligence. So it's a term that my friend Kelly Cooper and I came up with as a way to describe some really important concepts and skills and behaviors. So what we're really talking about is we would like our interns to develop WQ, workplace intelligence, which is a cousin of emotional intelligence or EQ. It emphasizes excellence in work produced, kindness, resilience, curiosity, risk, responsiveness, positivity, a joy for learning, written, verbal communication mastery, teamwork, adaptation, self-motivation, and the freedom to fail as thriving assets in a personalized, accessible, and equitable way. So in our Work Wonder internship, we also want specifically for communication mastery. And I'm going to share with you a video we put together that talks more about what this means. And so give me a moment. Let's see.
People get a sense of who I am when I open my mouth and talk.
Gonna do it again?
Speech is power. How I talk matters.
Yes. You feel it?
Yes.
There's a troubling trend with transnational youth who are at risk of becoming socially excluded. Many of these individuals with income below the poverty line lack the skills to improve their economic situation. While simultaneously, global talent shortages are at record high levels, leaving many jobs unfilled.
As a child, I often felt like I did not belong. I was born in Los Angeles. When I was 5, I moved to Xi'an, where I worked hard to integrate into Chinese culture. Just when I was getting comfortable, at age 10, I moved back to the United States and again felt embarrassed about not measuring up to my peers. My Work Wonder internship encouraged me to discover who I am and find my authentic voice. After working with Arthur, I know my voice matters. I can now advocate for myself and others.
Our vision is to expand Work Wonder through communication mastery as a crucial component of workplace intelligence, making it available globally. This will address the global talent shortage and, more importantly, inspire youth everywhere to gain the ability, confidence, and awareness to advocate for themselves and others, ensuring more social and economic inclusivity. Together, we create a culture of possibility, inspiring youth to be the hero in their story.
And so, as I'd like to do, I'd love to bring out, we have 2 co-designer interns who are here with me, just for us to have some conversation about what workplace intelligence means from their work, from their internship with us. And so I'm going to bring Angela Dang, who was in our video, as well as Juan. And so hi, how are you, Angela and Juan? How are you doing?
Hi, Ju. I'm great today. What about you and Juan?
I'm happy to be able to do this show, and great to see you all remotely. Hi,
Yes.
Juan.
Hi, I'm great as well. This is a great opportunity to be in your show, Jin.
Yes. So Angela, we just showed you that video today after working on it together. So
Yes.
you've been working with Arthur, as has Juan, with communication mastery. And we've talked a lot about workplace intelligence and what that means. It's really us not using the phrase soft skills because it really doesn't get at what we're hoping you all gain, which is a sense of professionalism, a sense of self. And so if you could just maybe from your experience in working with us, working with Arthur, like what do you feel has really your takeaways at this point?
Mm, I think it's just really about finding my own voice. And, I was this person who, had ambitions and wanted to do big things. But it's like sometimes a person like has the ambition, but that person just doesn't know how to get there. And I feel like vocal awareness took me there. It's like a little pathway to on my road to success, or else I would have been, I guess, kind of lost. And I just feel more sensible in the workplace environment. Just grew as a very responsible individual, and just tremendous growth, I would say.
Yes. Well, even just how you were earlier, we do weekly reflection journals. And so in those reflections of just speaking or being on a live stream show, like 6 months ago, would you have envisioned you would be doing something like this?
Oh no, okay. My first live stream, I was so nervous. I was just sweating and, shaking. But now I'm just really confident, and I know I can trust my breath and my pace. Thanks to Arthur, I'm just a lot more confident and comfortable with myself now, public speaking and all that.
Thanks, Angela. How about for you, Juan?
It is a great experience because it just doesn't help me like in my speaking, but also gives me confidence. It has made me like a better leader, a better person. So I feel like more confident in everything I do. As a soccer player, like knowing what I'm saying inside my head and like what I'm telling others, it helps me a lot to be a great leader and a better person.
It's true. It's so workplace intelligence is really about a journey. So in the video we talked about there's a growing trend of what they're calling the not educated, employed, or trained. There's actually a term for it. It's called NEET, NEET. It's a term that is used in research and in a lot of different publications about a growing number of young people ages between 16 and 24 who really are not engaged in school, not in jobs. And so that's troubling. Definitely for me, that's something that I think a lot about. And then at the same time, there is this companies that I've worked with and different employers have talked about the inability to find talent. So this global talent shortage. And so it's just something that I've been curious about. So you are 17, 18 years old. You're graduating from high school. So I'm just curious, have you heard of a global talent shortage or perhaps people who are around your age who might not be in education or employed or in training programs? Like, are you familiar with any of this? Are you aware?
I wasn't familiar with the term, but I do know that a lot of my peers just dislike school, and they're just working now, kind of disconnected from education. So yeah, definitely.
How about for you, Juan?
Like I wasn't aware of that term, and I wasn't aware like that, like those numbers. But I know like there's a lot of people that don't even know what they're doing. Like they're just going through the motions, like without knowing what will come to their future.
Yes, so that's something, that's why we do the internship. That's why we're doing the Work Wonder internship and having summer programs so that we really are focusing on more about finding your voice, finding what inspires you and what are just that's our intention. And so for sure, I would love your feedback on having gone through the summer internship and then now as our co-designer interns. Like, what are your thoughts about what our intention is and then what it has meant for each of you?
Personally, for me, I feel like the Work Wonder experience really gave me a leg in my career just as a high school student now. Just to tell a little story, I was interested in finance because, my family does finance, like I said in the last live stream. So I thought that's what I was going to do. I didn't really, have an interest in it. I just knew, okay, I had to do this. But after working in Work Wonder, I was lucky enough to be in the finance department, just learning more about it. It's not that I don't like it, it's just that it's just not really as intriguing as computer science. So I feel like Work Wonder just made me realize what my interests are and what is actually for me. So yes, I love Work Wonder. Thank you.
Thanks, Angela. How about for you, Juan?
It's the same. Like it has helped me find like my passion and what I wanted to in the future. I was thinking about majoring in medicine or like something like a trainer, something like that. But now looking, I went in finance as well with Angela, and I was able to see that I liked finance stuff, and I can bring it together with sports, which I love. Now I want to major in sports management, and it has also helped me like see how the workplace is, like those responsibilities that you have to do, those things that you have to do when you're working, when you're in an environment with people. You have to treat people like there's a lot of things that you don't know from school.
Right. So that again is really helpful for us to hear. So in our Work Wonder experience, we ask for their weekly reflections so that we can adjust along the way. We get their opinions about what they got out of each week, what they're working on, and and so we read all of that reflection. So another component I wanted to share with regard to workplace intelligence, I was just curious about the well, how much do they know with regard to professional emails and how to work with Asana or the various, we work in Slack and we have them. So if you want to say a little bit more about your comfort level with some of these sending out professional emails or some of these workplace skills, right? Workplace intelligence, just the nuts and bolts.
Yes, of course. So the nut and bolts. So I didn't really know what blind copy was, blind carbon copy. I was like, what is like BCC? Like I know what CC is, which is copy, but so basically blind copy is just, hiding their names. I didn't know how to do that. And I just feel like I didn't really know how to be professional in my emails, like, your sign-offs and your little contact information and how you always have to greet the person, address the person in the like who you're sending it to first, and then get to the subject. You just have to, be respectful in your emails, and that was a skill that I kind of lacked.
Right. And again, just to think about it, we also have college interns in our co-design uh, as co-designer interns with us, and I asked them, they're sophomores in college, and I asked them, do they learn this in college? And the answer has been no. And so then I'm curious, with the global talent shortage, perhaps what's happening is that we're not being explicit in these are the workplace intelligence, the day-to-day, that we are taking the time to say, okay, this is what this means. This is why we do it. We blind copy for a number of reasons. One is privacy. So we were doing a group email and we didn't want all the other participants to have everybody else's email. So we explained that was why we did it. And so it's something that we can't take for granted that everybody knows how to do what we in the workplace may consider to be basic or core or soft. These are actually important skills and tasks that we need to be explicit about. So that's the power of our internship is we want to take the time to say, if you know it, great. And then if you don't, then let us explain it. So other feedback on other things that you didn't know that now you know.
Yeah, like in this moment, I don't have in mind like specific things. Like probably the BCC is a part of that, but I'm like there's some things that you have to level up, and that you don't get teach in school. Probably
Well,
comes like
we
I probably knew some things from home, but not from school.
Right, right. So we last summer we also talked about how to use a Google Calendar to send meeting invites, and we talked about how to check your Google Calendar so that you could know when meetings are happening. And then I'm going to give a story of something that happened with when we talk about co-designing, we really take it seriously. And so for me, workplace intelligence is also for me in running a company and what kind of climate and culture, what kind of how do we treat one another, and that all opinions matter. And so there's a story of we had a couple interns who came and just said to me, the meetings that we're having are really long and there are no breaks and we're not really connecting. We feel disconnected. And so Angela, would you like to share more about like what happened afterwards?
Yes, so it was me, Belen, and Emma. We were thinking of proposing a new meeting agenda. We were thinking about trying to reform the meetings and make them more efficient, less stressful, and just better for us as a community at work. And we didn't feel scared at all to come to you for a solution because we know that our voice mattered to you and you will always value them. So we were just really comfortable with it, and like we proposed it to you, you were just like, yes, let's do this. And ever since then, the meetings have been just going more smoothly. We have icebreakers, we have breathing exercises, and we have mind breaks. All those good things. The meetings are just more efficient and more relaxing. It's not as tense and like just getting lost in the weed. So yeah, thank you for letting us manage the meetings. And we're having other interns to take turns to manage the meetings as well. So it's not just us.
Oh my gosh, I have told everybody how that has just been a dream come true. You all do the agendas, you do the meeting minutes, you have these awesome videos that are incorporated into the agenda that I still don't know how to do. And it's something that I so appreciate. And I keep saying, could I just bring you to all my meetings? You could just run all of my meetings.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think this is why work experience is so important because you don't learn these things at school. And an internship is like for a high schooler, it's just incredible because this opportunity is really rare. Imagine paying a high schooler just to learn more about them, like themselves. It's yeah, June, you're just an angel. Like, thanks for this opportunity for everyone, and yeah, it's great.
Angela, you're too kind. It's really a dream come true for me. It's something that I just felt like in terms of equity and and social justice for us to really be able to pay young people to learn this, because there are people who have options and may already know this, but there's a lot like I'm first generation. My mom does not speak English fluently. It was really hard for me to navigate this world as an immigrant. And so this is definitely something for me that's near and dear to my heart. So it's every day is a joy for sure. Yeah. So how about for Juan, before we
I
leave, any
definitely
parting thoughts? Yes.
I definitely agree with what Angela is saying. Like, once I was in the internship last summer, I was like, wow, I'm getting paid for learning. I'm getting paid for like getting what I want. Like, I'll pay for to get this, not get paid. So I was like so happy. It's like a great opportunity that if every single person, every single team can have, like they should take it right away.
Yes, I do this for free or even pay for this program. It's just pivotal experience. Everyone should do it.
Definitely.
So Kimberly's behind the scenes. Thanks, Kimberly, that we have questions. So let's take some questions. All right, from Sophia, how do you think communication mastery can benefit others our age?
Well, communication, it's something that we practice every day. We have to communicate at school, at work, everywhere with our family. It impacts our relationships and with everyone. I think it's just very important. It's such a fundamental skill that everyone just kind of ignore or doesn't acknowledge how how impactful it is. So I think mastering communication is it just helps you to represent who you want to be, and it gives people a good impression of yourself, and it makes you come off as more professional and mature.
Totally.
What about you, Juan?
And it's something that in any place in the work that you're gonna have, you're gonna if you have a group or a team, you gotta communicate. Like there's a lot of problems that come by communicating wrong. So you can avoid this, and you can like make a better environment for you and for your peers.
It's something that I was actually just coached by Arthur before this session, and it's definitely what I'm asking all of you to go through. I certainly have gone through myself, and so we have done all those exercises that we saw a little bit of in the video. So Kimberly has another question for us. Hi, Christy. So how have you applied communication mastery to your everyday life outside of the work environment?
Yes, definitely. So I had 2 college interviews back in February and January. So I just tried to, practice. I can't, spoil it now, but I practiced all the vocal awareness exercises before going to the interview, and I ended up killing those interviews because I just felt very confident, and I rarely stuttered because of those exercises. Um, yeah, it just gave me a lot more confidence, and I felt more like myself. I was embodying my voice and my personality. So yes, I definitely do practice it outside of work.
Me too. Like I play soccer. I'm a soccer player, and there's some fundamentals from Arthur that I learned that I do every time before I go to a game. That helps me embody myself, gives me like that confidence, and like I always have to be aware of my thoughts because like when I make a mistake, I'll be like, oh, like if I'm not aware of my thoughts, it's only negative thoughts. I have to change that for positive, and like Arthur helped me a lot on that.
Yeah, it's really important that positive talk and to push through even if mistakes happen. That's another piece that I mentioned earlier is failure is good because you learn from it. And it's something that we definitely talk about in Work Wonder, and it's something that during our internship we create opportunities for more of that so that we stretch the muscle of it's okay. It's okay if things don't work out exactly as you had hoped. It's okay to pivot. It's okay to completely change. And so those are failure we embrace. We had a Monty used to say, fail fast. Do you remember that from the summer? If you're gonna
Yeah,
fail fast.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So other thoughts before we end our live stream for today? Any other questions? So this was really fun. I always love having you all join. Thank you, Angela and Juan. So yes, there's a way to connect with Angela because also as part of Workplace Intelligence, we do LinkedIn profiles. So Juan and Angela have pretty impressive LinkedIn profiles that you should definitely check out and connect with them because we've been working with another awesome mentor, Dr. Addison Zhang. So we have industry professionals who work with us on different aspects. So they're at the top of their game. We have Arthur Joseph for vocal awareness. We have Dr. Addison Zhang, who is helping with social media in the workplace as well as LinkedIn profiles. And so we really are grateful for them. Thank you, Angela and Juan, for being here with me today. And next week is another favorite of mine, which is Intern Takeover. So next week on our live stream show, Co-Design Work with Wonder, we have our Intern Takeover. So please come next Thursday at 3 p.m. Pacific time for Intern Takeover. And I'm June Bea, and we're here with Co-Design Work with Wonder. We'll see you next week. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you,
Bye.
everyone. Bye.
Bye. Thanks.